Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, again, a pretty good day, pretty cool day for crypto to be honest, and I just saw one article which I really want to tell you guys about, but first, we are giving away 250 XRP the first time that a video hits 1500 likes within 24 hours, so make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below, as that is all you need to do to enter. And now, of course, I have a question for y'all too. What city are you watching from? All right, let us know in the comment section down below, and let's get into the first article of today, which is about how deep this correction will actually go. And it's basically asking the question, how low can we go, or how far will we dip? Questions like that are always interesting to me because, well, you got to kind of compare it to what we've seen before to make a better and broader expectation for the future. If you don't look at any of the historical corrections, it's going to be very difficult to sketch exactly how long this can take. However, I can already tell you guys from looking at these numbers that estimating how long this will take is going to be very difficult, and saying exactly how low it's going to get is also very difficult. So in this little top here, they're talking about on average about a 30% decline or drop. And historically, Bitcoin seems to correct during bull runs, and it isn't taboo to expect corrections during the bull run. In fact, we've seen it around 20 times during its previous run, and the highest correction ever was about minus 60% in March of 2020, which lasted about 30 days, and the shortest correction was about 27% in March 2017, which lasted only 1 day. Here it says 45, but if you check through the article here, it actually only took 1 day, so I don't completely get. It's also, yeah, it is March actually. I sometimes, because the US and Europe switch this around, I sometimes mess up, but here you can see a 25, so it must have been March indeed. However, I don't know why they put 45 here, maybe 45 minutes, which is a pretty big drop for 45 minutes, but it was definitely not days if you put one right there. So, however, a couple of interesting numbers can be fetched from this, which are the average and median, which are kind of the same thing. It doesn't really matter. It's roughly at about 30 something percent, 32%, let's say, to be in the middle of these ones as well. And on average, it normally takes about, let's say, 10 days. Again, the median is just the most occurring number, so to speak, or the middle number, and the average, or the 50th percentile, and the average in this case is just, again, all these days divided by the number of total observations, right? So all these days added together divided by the total amount of numbers. And the cool thing about this is, so basically we should expect about minus 30 or so, and if to last for about 12 days on average to be a real one, or to follow this kind of scheme. And again, the minimum is minus 24, the maximum minus 60, and the minimum 1 and the maximum 45 days, which only indicates that, well, there's a higher likelihood that will stay between those parameters as well. Again, because that's the only thing we've observed over the last 3 years or so, 4 years even. We have some observations since 2015, so even 5 years for all the corrections. Basically, this is what we have seen. And at least in my opinion, first of all, this is a very weird chart. I mean, why do they have 2015 here, then all the way up to 2017 end, and then 2019 downwards? What's the purpose of making a chart this weird? I don't really know that. It's from Kraken, by the way, so it is official. This chart, this table, I should say in English. The thing is, though, what I fetched from this is, well, if what we've seen in the past is going to be reflected here again, then we're most likely going to be within these parameters. And another thing, I guess, is that I kind of realized for myself that what we're witnessing right now in crypto has never been seen before, right? I think the revolution, the bigger revolution, has already started, and it kind of happened last month, where a lot of these institutions had decided to hop on into crypto, and they've let go of the brake, all right? They've stepped inside their car, which are Lamborghinis and stuff like that, and they pushed the freaking start button, and they started revving. All right, they didn't start driving, but they started revving the engine. Why? Well, they want to show all the others, hey, look what I got, look what I'm doing. I got some crazy jewels right here. I got something really good. However, they're not driving it yet because they do not have enough fuel inside. They just want to keep stocking up on some fuel. They want some more cars for their whole army, and then they're going to go on deep, drive all through the highways. Again, you can't really cross them anymore, or you can't really cross the highway without seeing them anymore. It's going to be crazy. All right, I've told you guys about all these companies and all these billionaires buying in bulk. And they're going to keep that up for, I think, a very good while. And I'm very, very excited to see that, guys. I'm very, very excited. But this also shows once more that, of course, if a correction happens, we're going to be getting out from there. And it normally doesn't even take that long. But also that timing the dip is kind of strange and difficult because, well, it could take 2 days, could take 45 to get out of it. So, yeah, trying to time that is definitely not your best bet. I definitely would not recommend it. And my strategy of buying every single day is still working like a charm. And by the way, again, I'm going to keep recommending it for a couple more days on Weibo. They are given a 2 stock free type of action where if you make an account, you get 2 free stocks. And if you deposit $100 or more, I think, you also get 2 extra free stocks between $200 and $1,600 a piece. So go check it out if you are from the US, link down below. And then to kind of solidify my theory about the weak hand selling, which I didn't explain fully here, but what it kind of comes down to is in these corrections, what basically happens is there are some big guys who are trying to sell this currency to make others sell, right? To make others sell, first of all, but also to let people who have longed or have a leveraged position open lose their money, making more downwards pressure because there's less upwards pressure, so to speak. You guys get the way I'm trying to say it? I think so. So what basically happens is institutions, they have orders placed, which they really don't go away from too much, which is why they're trying to break stop losses. However, retail, or the dumbasses like you and I, we are more manipulatable, if that's even a word in English. Again, I'm not a native English speaker. What these guys do is they go on so heavy with the sales that everybody decides to sell or get out because they don't trust it anymore. And the thing is, it's not necessarily like all the big guys are going out. It's not even like these guys are necessarily huge whales in that crypto necessarily by nature. They could also, I mean, if you've ever seen a hedge fund or you've ever seen some speed trading happening, you know some of these guys that just buy and sell within a second 5 times, all right? Or they could be in a trade for only 3 seconds with $1 billion. You guys get that? Again, if you've seen trades in the Forex market, you would have most likely seen that, but it's also happening to crypto, guys. Trust me, I have seen it in real life. So much money being traded in just seconds. The thing is, these guys are manipulating your market like crazy. However, you're not going to see them holding this crypto like this. You're not going to see them. And the reason that people are more on the, at least on the top, buying is actually most likely to do with exchanges buying in while individual holders go down. You know, this chart, it can be explained in 2 different ways. One is there is actually a weak hand selling procedure going on right now where the lower the amount of XRP or money or faith generally, which is also the lower amount of money. Not always true because, well, some of us who only have a lot of or small amount of XRP are still very determined for the coin to do good. But in general, I think in the normal rule, it's true that the less money you have invested, the less important it is, if you guys get me. And the thing is, weak hand sell means the people who are weak and who are not that certain about their investment, they sell when things hit the fan. And that's kind of what you're seeing here. These huge guys with a lot of money, they're not really budging, and these smaller guys are. However, I see it differently. I actually am seeing right here, a lot of these guys who had some small money laying around in other different places and just small accounts, they've all decided to grab their money and put it on exchanges. And what happens then in areas like that is people take their money from a solo wallet into a huge wallet with multiple different kind of sub pieces on there. I mean, for XRP, you always have that extra tag that you have to add, right? Why? Well, it's actually just one account with multiple different, I'm gonna just make it easy for you guys, just multiple different like little cabinets where you can store your money and somebody else can store their money, all on one address, which is why if you deposit money on an exchange, this top one will increase because it kind of looks to, or at least for this thing, for this website, like these exchanges have decided to buy more or something like that, or the whales have decided to stock up more. But basically what's happening here is these guys are taking it out from all of these and putting it into the big ones, most likely because of the Spark preparation. I actually am a lot more excited about Spark than I was a little bit before. I've actually seen a lot of hugely positive things coming out right now, and I do have a lot more faith in it now than I had the last couple of weeks. I definitely am very much excited of this. Then Wrath of Kahneman has posted, Bitso, a Ripple invested exchange, moves about about 10% of US to Mexican remittances and is expanding to Brazil, where Ripple has met with central banks. They intend to offer financial products similar to a bank, and across Latin America, they are an ODL partner using XRP. And this source, of course, being added there as well, which is pretty damn good. I mean, Ripple is still making process. Some of you guys are forgetting that they're actually still moving through. They got a ton of people, and right now, XRP is right around 20% of the, or actually, I should say, ODL is about 20% of RippleNet's total usage, which is also pretty nice if you were to honestly ask me. Then Brian Brooks OCC and USOCC have provided clarity for banks to custody crypto. We saw that a couple of months ago. Now it's SEC's turn. Today, I led a letter with 8 of my colleagues urging the SEC and FINRA to issue guidance and approve broker-dealer applications to custody digital securities. I'm hoping that's firework, or maybe there's something that blew up again. The store very close here blew up recently, which is definitely interesting. I don't know if I should have set that on YouTube. Maybe they don't like the algorithm, but whatever. Make sure you press the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I think that does help out. But this letter is actually really quite important because Tom Emmer is actually one of the guys who's really pushing for all of this to pull on through. And I really don't know if statements like this are being done for attention or because they really find it to be necessary. I kind of feel as if there's a lot of people in Congress right now who also know we just need to build something and it needs to be done quickly. We cannot keep waiting on this for years. First of all, or no, actually the simplest of all, is that Facebook is going to be coming out. I don't have it open here, but Facebook is going to be coming out with billions of users who are going to be using their tokens really in the short future. And there's still no proper regulations. Like, how could that be a thing? How can that be a thing? Facebook is almost coming out with the DM, right? It's almost there. And still no proper regulations. How could that be? That's a freaking shame. And that might go into the history books as one of the US's greatest mistakes if they don't handle it properly right now. They're first of all going to mess up a lot of people in their tax department, but also just in general respect from a bigger level. Like, why is the US not capable of putting up some crypto regulations? Like, that shouldn't be the biggest hurdle, right? Like, what's going on? And then here was just another solidification of the theory we've talked about before. CTO of Ripple, David Schwartz, has just said that about 20% of RippleNet/ODL transactions use of XRP. And the good part about this is Brad Garlinghouse has also said this a couple of times, so it's not new. It's just, I think, good to see it come out from multiple different sources, just multiple different parts over at Ripple. They've all just explained once more, and just to clarify to us, RippleNet has quite a lot of ODL usage. I mean, 1 out of 5 is a pretty big number if you were to ask me, and I like it. And then to quickly talk a little bit, or just a second, about Spark and Flare. The most important thing you all need to know is that, first of all, it will be taxed, so make sure you understand that. Second of all, every country is going to be different. Trust me on that one, it's going to be different in every single country. However, I don't know specifically for the Netherlands, for me then I guess, how it's going to be done. You would kind of think it's just value gain, because it's like your money has made you more money. However, on a certain degree, it's like free money, so it's income, right? So I don't really know exactly how that one is going to pull through if you decide to clarify differently. Maybe if your accountant is very good, you'll get a good deal out of this as well. Here in the UK, they have some rules for it. In the US, they have some different rules. In every country, they'll have some different rules, which is why, again, one guy on YouTube can't explain to you all everything, because you're most likely not from the same country. I mean, a lot of guys here watching the channel are from the US, which is why I've said, for you guys, it is going to be taxed just as income, at least as far as we've seen. But if you want to get some more better rules and some more in-depth guides, check somebody else out, because I do not know about your system. And all I've talked to you guys about was the rules that I saw officially come out from one accountant about Spark and how it was going to be taxed. I think it was like on theaccountant.com or something stupid like that. However, that's already been yesterday, I think, somewhere in the morning, so I kind of already forgot exactly what it was about. But the important thing you understand is that you must figure this stuff out, because it may be very annoying, since the thing we read about the taxes was every time you get it, and really when you get access to the money, so not the time that you should have gotten the money, or that the money was really airdropped. It was really about the time you can liquidate it, or the time you really get your money. on that moment, it's going to be taxed as income. And now, of course, you also have the value gain in the middle of that because you can still deduct the sale price. Wait, actually, that's kind of strange because if you gotten it airdropped, no, okay, the way they do it actually is then the day that you got it, let's say it was worth $1, and the day you sell it is worth $4, then I guess that 4 is going to be, or the 1 is going to be deducted from the 4 then, and you pay taxes on the 3, right? I think that would sound kind of logical because you got value gain on 3. However, I've also seen a lot of people say you have to pay income tax on the $1, or at least the time that you get access to the money, and then pay another tax later on. But again, not your best guy for this. This is definitely not legal advice or financial advice. I'm just kind of shouting out my observations here because that's what I saw. But I don't know if there's any truth to that because I cannot confirm. I'm not a lawyer, not an accountant, anything like that. So please do not use this as financial advice. I'm just telling you guys to look it up because it might be important. But yeah, that was it for today. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Make sure you check out Weibo if you're from the US, and also check out all the links down below, like my second channel.